I'll start it over.
Take
3.
Who is that? Jesus Christ. Anyways.
Maybe that should be the cold open.
Literally. Alright.
Let me know when I should go for take 3 or 4 or whatever.
Who knows, honestly.
You let me know.
Couldn't tell you, I would just go.
Okay.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
That's the point of the cold open. Let's just talk.
Let's just talk about 2 episodes.
Should we
ago.
just get right into it?
No.
Oh, first
I
episode
see what you did there.
And whatever our what number was the second?
Well, not just the first and the second. I would say 1 through 23.
No, I wouldn't say not the first and the second, but the first and then the one of the second. The first episode of 2022 called "Let's
episode
Just
24.
Get Right Back Into It." If you
Yes.
remember, indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed.com.
So-
Talked about Indeed in that first episode. Wow, we're really just circle moments here.
Celebrating Pride. I just looked at Indeed's website. They have like a bunch of different rules on what you can use for their logo. Apparently, people, this is breaking news, you cannot use the LinkedIn full logo on your business card. So if you're doing that, get it the fuck out of here.
Who
if you
puts
are doing
Indeed
that,
on their business card? Do people put Indeed on their business cards?
if it's like for a company, like find us on Indeed. But you can use the IN logo that they have, so that's a fun fact for you there.
It's fun.
And there has to be the same amount of space that the takes up in width on each side of the logo before you put anything next to it. So it's an exclusive icon, if you will.
You would be really good at marketing trivia. Do you know the exact measurements of the
I believe they call
spaces?
it's not to scale, but it's like a 1, and it's like if the eye is 1 length, whatever that length is, it has to have 1s all around it. I don't know. That's just some useless trivia for you today. What about when I know what I can say. I'm talking a lot, but I just want to let everybody know that the bug that landed on me was brought to justice. My dad,
as in killed or brought outside?
Well, I don't believe in the death penalty, but it was killed. Personally, I would have rather my dad just take it outside, but that thing did me dirty, and I still have yet to see the video of it.
Can you confirm it was a bee?
No, it was not a bee. It was a massive beetle, though.
A beetle. I find beetles are freakier than bees because they come in all
if it were a bee, I
would
have pooped myself.
Sizes. Well, it looked like you did, honestly. We should
go
and find that video, post that on our social medias.
Literally. So, Justin, how are you?
I'm really good, Nick. This week, I forgot to mention last week when I talked about the pilgrimage experience, I was able to, it was a bit of a surprise, which is why I didn't. I met with Dan. We haven't seen each other. I think it's been since last July. And so it was so much fun to see him. We met up in Rome, and he tagged along with the pilgrimage itinerary. It was surprisingly easy. I thought we'd have to do some finagling, but we had a wonderful tour guide of the Vatican museums. I'm sure Dan's laughing, and I'm sure our guest is also laughing on the side here. But she was wonderful. She was very knowledgeable, but she didn't really understand that talking for 3 hours about paintings, really, you lose your audience at some point. Especially art. I don't know if that makes sense. Have you been to Rome? Nick?
I haven't, but you said you met Dan. What's he like?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
It was so good. Also, when I had to leave, when he had to leave, I cried. So going back to our, what does it mean to be a man episode? No, but it was
So
it
what?
was like super emotional seeing him because I had told him at the beginning of the year. I said one of my New Year's resolutions is to see you in person at some point this year, and I'm glad we could make that happen. So there's a lot of squeaking going on back there, huh?
Yeah, I was being interrupted, but I was just trying to ignore it. And
Okay.
then I started
Sorry.
singing, See You Again.
I brought it up.
Yeah,
How are
that's
you
right.
though?
I was saying, I'm good. I'm hearing the takeaway from Rome was don't talk about something boring for 3 hours.
No, that's
So-
no, because
So,
like the
hold
Vatican
on.
is really cool and stuff, but it
Yeah,
is
whatever.
cool.
What I was gonna say was we'll stick to Moya Moya and Lady Gaga is what I'll.
Oh
from
yeah,
that.
yeah. For
Those
learning
both-
episodes. Otherwise, you
and-
shouldn't learn anything from our episodes.
Right. Well, honestly, both episodes hits, if you will. Let me just say, snaps for that. But I'm good to answer your question. I'm here actually. I have coconut, what's it called? Suntan lotion all over my body, so it's kind of like sticking to the carpet right now. Like the carpet's sticking to me. I was just tanning.
Were you tanning?
I was. Well, I was burning. But hopefully it'll turn into a tan. I was out on my back deck drinking a pink drink, doing what Rick's doing.
Really living your best life, King.
Yeah.
I'm really
That's what I
proud
was
of you.
doing. Thanks.
That's very exciting.
I think Mairead got the joke. Thank you, Mairead. I
I
saw
was
you
going to
laugh
say,
when I
should we bring in our guest? I'm also in Baltimore. I feel like I should say that. I'm at Loyola, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always back here now, but
You are.
That's besides the point. Let's bring in our guest. So
Okay.
our guest today is a friend of the podcast. She's been supporting the show since day one and has wanted to be a guest since day one. So I'm glad that we're finally able to make this happen. She's a good friend of yours and of mine. We met her, both you and I met her in campus ministry at Loyola. I think you and her were in a small group kind of that meets weekly, like sharing whatever type, I don't know what you'd call it. I don't know how you describe Queen. It was like a community booster type of thing, community
That's what I've
formation
heard.
type of thing. Yeah. So we both met her in campus ministry. She was a sacristan. I was a sacristan. She is studying speech, language, and hearing sciences at Loyola. She's a rising senior, believe it or not. She's rolling her eyes at that. She's just spent the last 4 months studying abroad in what she would consider her homeland, Ireland, which I'm sure she'll talk a little bit about. She's one of the types of people that can really change the energy in a room. When you see her smile, I always say that it's kind of infectious, because just whenever she comes in, her energy just brightens everyone's day. And honestly, her passion for life and the little things in it, like flowers in a garden or the way the sun rises or sets, it just really can be, it's contagious, I think is really the only way to put it. When you get to know her, you'll quickly realize that she could probably have her own podcast herself, because she can really talk about absolutely anything with sincerity, with interest, and it can be entertaining. So I think this episode will be one of our most entertaining episodes. But everyone, please welcome to the Point of View, Mairead James.
Hi!
Woo! Can I just say, before we start, that you forgot one important detail, huge one, kind of rude. It's actually, she's also our resident Angela Salazzo stan from episode
Yeah, this
5.
is true. This is very true.
So, shout out to her. That was an awesome conversation, by the way, on perfectionism. Another hit episode. God, we love having hits.
That one is called I Have a Pit, right? Is that
It is. It
Yes.
is, yes.
That was back when you were an avocado.
Back in the Cotto days, if you
Back
will.
in the Cotto days.
Just a pregnant lime.
But Mairead, how are you? Welcome to the show.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm so good. I am also in Baltimore, funny enough. And I'm so excited because I'm living at school this summer and I'm working here, and I haven't been here in 6 months, which is crazy. So I moved in yesterday. So it was very, I don't know, it was like I'm living in the same place I lived a year ago, which is weird because that was a weird time because it was like peak COVID, and now it's just like summer. So there are people here, but there aren't really people here, but I just love like being on campus right now. So I'm very excited for that, and I don't know, it's a nice transition because I was like sad to come home from Ireland, but this is a really great way to spend my summer. So I'm very excited to be here and get started. And I'm so excited to be on the podcast. Thanks for having me.
I love your excitement for it. And honestly, I've just, like, even before we started recording, I've loved just, like, making you laugh. Like, that is making me feel good.
Isn't
just,
that
like, to see you
awesome?
laugh at everything
No, you
that
guys are,
I'm
like,
saying.
funny.
Oh my god, I'm so funny. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, but I'm not.
Funny.
No,
guy.
you are. I'm excited to have
A
you.
fun guy,
Funny.
if you will.
If you will, yeah.
If you will. I feel like
I
before
will.
we move on, because I feel like you and I, Nick, are just infamous at going on tangents. We should ask her the pinnacle question of this show. Would
Yeah,
you like
I
to
was
do
gonna
the
forget,
honors?
honestly. I'll do it. Oh, I'll do it. So, we ask some of our guests, not all of them, because we don't really like all of them. If you were a
Or we
fruit-
forget. We just forget.
No, I mean,
go
that
back
was a
and
joke.
edit.
We ask
No, I know.
ask literally all of them. Yes. No, the people that that is true that we've forgotten before, but it's not because we don't like them. In fact, we've forgotten to ask some of our favorite guests. You're all our favorites. At least that's what my mom says about.
You're
my
telling
sister
our
and I.
children that we have favorites. This is
Yeah.
how will the
literally.
kids respond?
Yeah.
Fight.
Depression.
You say depression?
Yeah. So we ask all of our guests, if you were a fruit, what fruit would you be? And why?
Oh,
If you
I'm so
wish.
glad you asked. I thought so long and hard about this.
Thank God.
Okay. Dragon fruit.
Nick, I feel like you've
Also-
been waiting for a dragon
Also
fruit.
known as pitaya. Okay, so here we go.
Sounds like a bone.
Pitaya.
Oh, I hurt my pitaya.
No, okay, so dragon fruit. So, I honestly, okay, I'm gonna give two, but dragon fruit is my answer. My second one was passion fruit, and I'll explain that too, but dragon fruit. So, my first reason is because I love smoothie bowls. Like, I love acai bowls so much. It's, like, one of my favorite. It's honestly a recent discovery in my life, probably in the last, like, 3 or 4 years. At school, there's a smoothie bowl place. At home, there's a smoothie bowl place. I just had smoothie bowls an hour ago. They're so good. And I love acai, but pitaya is, like, it's hot pink. Pink is my favorite color. So it's, like, hot pink. It's, like, electric. It has such a fun, like, energy, and I'd like to think that, like, sometimes I have a fun energy. And
Only sometimes. I would agree.
I love
it
that.
gives you energy. Like, it gives you energy. It's, like, good for you. So, like, it's a fruit. It's good for you. It's, like, fun. It has a unique name. I have
Yes.
a unique name.
You do. I just love how all of our guests are like, I'd like to think that I'm sometimes, like, everyone says
They're
it. Like,
so
why?
humble.
Like,
They're so
yeah.
humble
I
with the...
think that sometimes
I like to think that sometimes I'm insert positive,
Yeah.
description characteristic here.
Well, because it feels rude if you're like, I'm fun, and so I'm a dragon.
I said, and then here I am saying I'm unique looking.
Yeah.
I'd like to think
You're
that I'm
unique looking.
I like to think that I'm unique looking.
Justin, you are unique looking, don't worry.
That's
Yeah,
like a
you are.
backhanded compliment.
No, it's not.
It's a front-handed compliment.
It's a front. I served it to you on a silver platter. I said, here, take this compliment. You are unique looking. And apparently the hot one in our friend group. This is what we've
Me?
heard the good news. Yeah, everybody in college was like, oh, Justin. I love this for you.
I feel like we...
crazy. Okay, so dragon.
Sorry, Mairead.
Anyway, sorry
No,
for
it's
that
not you. I
tangent.
interrupt people all the time, so it's like my passion.
Good segue into passion fruit. Go ahead.
I also considered passion fruit because, well, you kind of see this in this episode. I have a lot of passions about, like, weird little things that a lot of people don't care about.
Me too.
Or, like, random. I feel like, yes, I, like, resonate with you in that way.
Mm.
I feel like, I don't know, it just makes sense that I considered passion fruit just because, like, the name, and it's, like, fun and tropical, and I don't know. But yeah, dragon fruit is my final answer. It's just, like, the color, the unique vibe. It's just so fun, and it is really good in smoothie bowls, and
I think that's a
It's
great
hot
answer.
pink.
I think
Yeah.
that For some reason, for some people, when our guests say a fruit, I can just be like, yeah, I can see you as that. And I feel like Mairead is like, yeah, you're a dragon fruit. Like, I could see that. I don't know if that's just me. Or
I don't think it's just you, but I liked the thought of. I always thought of if we had like all of our guests on a single episode, it would be like a fruit salad. But I'm loving the smoothie. I'm loving the smoothie. And you're like, someone brought up a smoothie.
Bowl is a fruit
salad.
No,
a smoothie. Yes, a smoothie bowl. So, what do you get when you cross all however many guests we've had?
A smoothie bowl.
A smoothie bowl.
That's when we get deep talk and we start melting a little bit. It's
Exactly.
smoothie bowl. The deeper version of the fruit salad, if you will.
Of the fruit salad.
Does that mean I'm the base?
I'm gonna shut up for the rest of the episode.
I guess you're the base. Yeah.
You are, of course.
So let's talk about what we're gonna do this episode. So we came up with this idea. Actually, I think Mairead came up with this idea, or it was a team effort, as it is. We dabbled, we brainstormed a little bit of a brainstorming sesh, and as Mairead said, she has a lot of different passions about different things, and enjoys talking about these different things. And Nick, you and I like having deep talk, and who knows how deep these conversations will go. But we're gonna basically give the quote unquote hosting responsibilities to Mairead. So it's going to be kind of like a reverse podcast. She's going to run the show. In a way, she's going to interview us, but it's not really like an interview about us. It's going to be, here are my thoughts on this. What do you think? And then we're just going to talk. Does that make sense? I don't know if that, and I'm talking to you, Nick, but you know what the idea is. But did I articulate that all right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So I guess going from being a host to being a guest, please welcome our guest host, Mairead James. And Nick, you and I are just going to sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of it. All right, go ahead, Mairead.
This is what
No pressure. No pressure.
This is why you're here.
This
is why I'm here. I now run this podcast.
Point of James.
No, that doesn't have a ring to it. I come up with a name. Okay. So, this is like a good segue because I really want to talk about food. One of the topic ideas, what I really was thinking about a lot was food, because I love food. Like, I'm a food appreciator.
Would you consider yourself a foodie?
Yeah, but I don't like that word.
Okay.
So I'm a food appreciator. I have a food Instagram. It's like kind of a joke, but not really. I take
Shout
it
it out.
seriously. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone follow Some Good Eats.
I do.
I know. Oh, do you?
I do. And wait, I'm just realizing now that I didn't realize that was you.
I just posted a story of my smoothie bowl. At SOM_good EATZ. So like Some Good Eats, but with a Z. And the SOM is supposed to be like some, but without the E, because I initially was gonna do it with my friends Sarah and Olivia. So it was like Sarah, Olivia, Mairead, SOM. And then I don't think they've logged in since 2015. So it's Mairead Goody. And
Goody.
people send stuff in, which is really fun.
Wow.
And I post it, yeah, you know.
Wow.
All
So
41 of my
DM the
followers.
account, essentially, is
Yeah.
what she's saying. Is DM Some Good Eats on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
To be featured.
Yeah.
Is this
But
our
you were
food
you were
episode?
saying.
Well-
You and I had talked about doing a food episode before, but we weren't sure how. So maybe this is how we.
Maybe.
Maybe this
I'll
is
get
it.
rid of everything else except food. I have like a whole list, but that's okay. Okay. So I'll start with my food aversion. I have a really weird food aversion, and then I'm going to ask you guys if you have food aversions. So everyone who knows me, well, a lot of people who know me know that I have a really weird, like, hatred of white creamy foods. So, like, hear me out. Like, sour cream, cream cheese, I don't love whipped cream, like, don't love yogurt, ranch dressing. Ranch dressing is so gross. Like, Cool Whip, like, what is that?
So good. Okay.
Like,
Anyways.
okay, I'm excited to hear your answer. God, I don't even know what else. Just like those types of things. Oh, like I don't love Alfredo. Like, what is that?
Is it carbonara?
It's Alfredo.
I like carbonara, but like I can't think about it too much because I'm like,
Okay.
it's a little
So it's
too
more like a
creamy for
texture
me.
thing than
It's
it is
more of a
like
texture thing, but
yeah.
also like, why is it white? Like, food should be colorful. I feel like.
I hate to break it to you, but aren't the innards of the dragon fruit white?
It's white with a little like black speck.
Okay. Same
So
with
it's
ranch, though.
colorful. Well, what are the
Nick,
black
you're bringing
specks?
up these really good points.
Thank you.
I wasn't expecting to have opposition.
Okay.
She
Well, I
comes
agree
on
with
to
you.
our show and expects
I thought I was
our
running
show
this podcast.
and our opinion podcast and expects us to agree with all of our opinions.
Okay, so wait, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say keep going.
Oh, okay. So my question is, do you have any weird food passions? Also, granted, I'm coming from a little bit of a place of privilege because I have absolutely no food allergies, and I feel really bad for people who do.
I get
Like
it.
food-
I was like,
food
what?
privilege. No.
Yeah.
Maybe that wasn't the right wording, but you know what I mean. So, just because, like, I don't know how else to explain it, like, I feel really bad for people who have food allergies because they can't control it, and, like, I don't, it doesn't affect me, and I feel really bad. So, I like to eat a lot of foods, and I try a lot of foods, and I'm not, like, 100% adventurous, but I'd say I'm, like, 84% adventurous when it comes to food.
A very specific number.
Yeah. So,
All right.
do you guys have food aversions or weird food passions? I want to hear all of them.
Justin, you can go first.
Okay, when you say food passion, do you mean like a favorite like category of food?
Like,
or
literally anything you want to talk about.
literally anything? Well, I don't know if I've said this on here, but my favorite food like type I've definitely said on here is soup. You know that, right? Because soup can literally be anything. You can put anything in a soup, and well, not anything, but you know, like
I feel like most
I
things.
like soup. You can put most things. I mean, vegetables.
You
I mean,
call
you're not
it a
gonna put
soup.
like a. Well, I don't know. I just was like, you're not gonna put spaghetti meatballs, but there's literally a meatball soup, like
Yeah.
Italian wedding soup has meatballs in it, and spaghetti is just noodles. But anyway, yeah, I like that. In terms of like texture and in terms of food aversion, I can't do. For some reason, my stomach doesn't do well with certain ways that eggs are made. Like, I can do a scrambled egg, I can do a fried egg, but the yolk can't be runny. Like, my stomach just turns for some reason whenever if there's like runny yolk. And then I also can't do like, I can do normal pudding, but can't do like rice pudding, because like if it's like a creamy thing with like little
Specks.
rice things in it, it's like that doesn't no thanks, no way.
So do you like risotto?
Oh.
It's okay.
Oh.
I can tolerate it. I can tolerate it, but it's not my favorite. What about you?
Well, first of all, to my response to Mairead, I agree with you on some of those things, not because they're white and creamy, just because, like, I personally love that. Like, I love whipped cream. I love,
Okay.
Cool
You
Whip.
like white and creamy? Just for the record.
Get out.
That's why I hate talking.
That will be it. That
No,
will not
I
be in
think-
the episode.
One of the, no, you can keep it in. I don't care. You made the joke. I think that one of the greatest crimes against humanity was taking cream and making it sour. Because why?
So true.
Like,
Sour
why?
cream and
Cream
putting
is
it
so
on
good.
tacos, and why?
Yeah. Why? I don't know.
I really appreciate your phrasing. I think one of the biggest crimes against humanity.
why would we do that to cream? What did it
Like-
ever do to you?
Let's watch it go bad. And then
Like,
let's
right?
eat it.
Another one. Blue cheese is disgusting.
Oh,
That is,
mold should
you are
not be
eating
in
mold.
food.
Mascarpone, I hate that.
Mold should not be in food. Is mascarpone mold?
No.
Oh, okay. I was
No.
like gonna be shocked.
Just like cheese in general. I'm sorry to people who are like a part of these like cultures and food.
No, I mean, yeah,
don't
we're
like
just
it.
saying. I mean, a lot of people hate hot
Like
dogs,
Italian
and that is an
people.
American thing. Yeah, sorry to the Italians.
Sorry to the
They cook with the
Italians.
meatball.
I loved your country.
I'm
but-
also Italian. I cook with the meatball too, but I don't look like it because I'm really pale.
Oh, also something
like
that I
a-
can't do is like.
Eat the potatoes.
Sorry, but like mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
I can
I've
do
become
it.
a
I
mushroom girly in Ireland.
I-
They
like,
serve mushrooms over
I
there
don't
like
know,
no
just
one's business.
The fact about eating fungus is just like
It's
I
not
can't.
fungus. It's food.
A mushroom is fungus.
They're fun
Mushrooms are-
guys.
Yes,
They're
but,
fun
Or
guys.
fun gals, if you
but
will.
doesn't mean I need to eat them.
Okay. Fair.
Did you have more? Did you have more to say on that?
No, but does Nick have more to say?
Well, I was just gonna say that I also agree with you on texture. So my answer
Yeah.
for this question is I don't like anything that snaps, and not like crackers or anything. I mean like meat that snaps. Like hot dog has a snap to it, or if chicken has a snap to it.
Ew.
You know what I'm talking about. Most hot dogs do have a
like
snap.
A hot
yes.
dog that's so rubbery. There's a,
No, like the skin. When you like bite into the skin and it feels like it's like. I don't
so
like
like
that.
Sausages.
Oh, I
like
don't
if
like
it's
that.
a sausage casing or.
Yeah, I hate that. I only
that
like
too.
sausages that are like, the bumpy ones. You know what I'm talking about. That
Breakfast
it's just
sausages.
like yeah.
Breakfast sausages. Well, sometimes some breakfast sausages.
Yeah. I also don't like anything that has skin or is burnt. So like I won't eat like chicken skin. Like that's nasty.
If you eat chicken wings, will you eat chicken wings or no?
No, I don't like anything that's on the bone either. I guess I agree with the whole texture thing. Like when it comes to like meat and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I love chicken tenders, French or fried like chicken tenders with like the batter. That's everything.
Yeah.
And also, Polson's Tap and Tavern has great chicken tender entrees or appetizers. I will say.
I love that your previous restaurant you didn't mention the name ever for fear of getting in trouble, but then you just shouted your cart.
Well, because that one I was giving like praise.
Oh, okay, fair
Their
enough.
chicken tenders are phenomenal. We were giving away every restaurant secret, including the fact that I used to, everybody listening to this used to, steal French fries from the bowl. But that's my
Didn't
answer.
you say on here that you used to eat meatballs from the vat? I'm pretty sure you've said that.
Well, I didn't like put my hands in there. They would like put a stick
a ladle,
in one.
like a ladle, or okay.
No, not even like a toothpick, and they would give me one. And it was a
okay.
different toothpick every time.
Oh, it's like
Tapas.
Yeah.
Or what were they called in the Basque Country? Pinchos.
Yes.
Pinchos. Oh, I probably shouldn't make fun of. Anyways, I do, just before I end my answer, I want to just add that when Mairead said, "What is that?" about Alfredo, I think she was being like making a joke, but Dan in the chat wrote,
yeah.
Alfredo is an Italian-American culinary creation, a cheesy, creamy pasta sauce, which, if you didn't know that, well, now you know. It's really good.
I mean, I'll eat it, but I don't love it. Like pasta and Alfredo, no.
No, yes.
Yes.
With chicken,
Yes.
And broccoli,
And
but give me my I love broccoli. Like, just give me my broccoli raw. Like, I'll eat it.
A little bit of ranch. Nope.
No ranch.
No,
No
Char on meat is disgusting.
Oh, I have a question.
What on meat?
Char? Like when you burn it?
Oh.
No.
When you
Oh.
burn it. If you're going to a dinner party, what dish would you bring? You could bring appetizer, meat, entree, or dessert.
Is it like a very formal dinner party, or like can I bring like?
No, so pretend you're like 30 and you have dinner parties to go to, and like
But is it like
We do that now.
friends, or is this like business?
you guys go to dinner parties? I
Yeah, we
don't.
did a thing.
Well, actually, I do. I just invited all my friends to a dinner party in August that I'm hosting. If you were to bring like a potluck, like what would you bring?
What did we bring? What did I bring for Friendsgiving?
Casual,
This
anything. Yeah, it can be themed.
Oh, I brought
nothing.
I brought the broccoli and cheese casserole.
That was good. That was good.
That was
Did
really
you
I
make
didn't
that
bring
yourself?
anything because I literally
Yes.
was not going
It was
until
my
5
aunt's
minutes before.
recipe. I know, it was a last minute. I was at your house immediately before. Anyway, this is.
And
a
I
side
wasn't
thing.
going.
I know. Was it?
Then
Wait.
you
Oh
brought
yeah,
me
that was
lo mein.
when I brought you rat juice and lo mein. Yeah.
Yes, dead rat juice and lo mein. Dead rat juice is Blue Mountain Dew, people.
Oh.
But yeah,
Never getting a
no,
sponsor from
I
them.
think I'm like I've hosted a Super Bowl party like all 4 years of college, and my family's done that like every year, whether or not our team's in it. And so I feel like I would bring like either buffalo chicken dip or like the kielbasa with the what do you call it? In the maple syrup is really good. That's like stuff that I've brought to places. And then like the broccoli and cheddar I brought to Friendsgiving, which is like my aunt's recipe. But I don't feel like that food is sophisticated
It
for
doesn't
a
have to be
quote unquote dinner
sophisticated.
party.
No, but like a dinner party, like a friend's dinner. I
feel
bring
like I'd bring
dessert.
those.
Well, it depends. It depends what's needed, and if there are other cooks in the group. But
Well, I'm definitely not the best cook in
you
any
cook
group.
though.
I
I'll
cook,
bring
but
dessert most of the time. That's like my go-to.
What's your go-to dessert?
Usually to feed a crowd, brownies or cookies. But I do love making like themed cupcakes. So, like for my dance like get-togethers, I'd always make like cute little. I'd always make like cute little cupcakes and decorate them, and I don't know. But those are hard to transport without a cupcake holder. It's like lots of factors that go into this, but in general, usually dessert.
Nick, what would you make?
I don't like disappointing people, and by the nature of food, someone's not gonna like it. So I will bring
True.
whatever it is that's like the drinks. I will
The
bring the
bottled
chips.
water.
I will bring everything that's not like home cooked, because like I
No, but those people are so necessary.
Well, because I don't like things. Because I don't like disappointing people. Like when I get a gift for someone, even if it's sorry, Justin, 8 months late. I need
I'm
to
still
know
waiting
that
for
they're
Nick's
gonna like
Christmas
it.
present is what he's referring to.
But I need to know that they're gonna like it.
Yeah.
And Justin's one, when he does get it, and Dan's gonna get the same one. I don't know if I think Mairead, were you? No, I told Alyssa what it was. It is so cool, and I'm just very excited about it.
I'm excited.
And it's something that I know they'll like.
Anticipation's killing me.
Oh, I love that.
It's small. It's not a big thing at all, but it just takes a lot of time, and it does not take 8 months, obviously. But it's just, there's a lot of different parts to it, and I have gotten lazy. But I've also, put work into it too.
I love that. When I going to your don't like disappointing people. So a lot of when I learned to cook, or at least I put it more into practice, was when in fall of 2020, when school was like 100% remote. And so I think I've talked about this before. I lived with some friends in my family's New Hampshire home. And so we each had a weekday where we cooked dinner for the rest of the house. And so my day was always Mondays, and I tried different dishes, and I was always we talked about Angela's episode. I talked about how I'm sensitive to criticism, and so every Monday night I'd be like, all right, dinner's ready, and then I'd be on like, I'd be eating my food, but also like looking around at everyone else being like, I would hate to be like, so what do you think? And
I would have been like, guys, we're getting takeout, and I'm paying for it all
every Monday. Well, it's funny because we talked about Dan. And for some reason, not for some reason, I love Dan and I respect his opinion very much so. And I think that's why I was always scared about what his reaction was going to be, because he's a man of few words. But whenever he did say that he liked my food, it was like the biggest praise. Like everyone else could have been like, this is crap. But if Dan was like, it's delicious, I'd be like, yes, I win.
I could see Dan as a food critic.
I could see Dan as a food critic.
Yeah.
Dan was a good cook too. He liked trying new things. The one of the first weeks when we first moved into the house, he bought, I would say, I don't know, Dan, you can give a number, like 12 to 15 different spices. Dan says more like 8.
Okay, Disney World. What are your thoughts on Disney World? And have you ever been stuck on a Disney World ride?
Nick, you were just in Florida, but did you go to Disney World or did you do Universal?
I did. Well, I did Disney, but the 2 parks we did in Disney were Hollywood Studios and Epcot. So I went to those 2 parks, Epcot Ball. I was in there was a ride in the Epcot Ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it open? I thought it was under construction.
No, it's great. It was open. I did it. I don't know, but if it was closed, I was doing something very wrong because I was really on that. But I did get stuck on a ride at Universal. And there's a video of it. Yeah, that's
really?
so funny that you asked that question, because I haven't told you this yet. And it was going to be my intro, like my check-in, but that was like 3 weeks ago. We haven't recorded, guys, in a long time, just letting you know. Like it's been like 3 weeks. But yes, it was of all rides, it was the Enchanted, what's it called? It's the Harry Potter ride through the castle.
Wait, I don't know. Where is that, Universal? Oh, I haven't been to Harry Potter World.
Justin, have you?
No.
I'm not.
It's like the main ride. Let me see.
The Forbidden Forest experience.
Magical.
Harry Potter ride castle. We're relying on Google a lot today. The Forbidden Journey. That's what it was.
Forbidden Journey.
You literally go like through. You're in this like thing, like one of the things that comes down over you, and it like moves around, and you kind of go. So you're suspended, but it's inside. We were suspended over the Quidditch field, which was a screen, but it was like one of those like screens that go behind you, so it like looks like it's real. And we were just stuck on it for like 2 minutes, and I was like, guys, this is bad, but it could be worse. We could have been the car that was, facing downwards when it got stuck, and we could have been the one that was facing upwards on our backs when it got stuck, and we weren't either of those. But it did make the Dementors part of the ride much scarier, because they came right immediately after when it turned back on, and we didn't have a lead up to it because the ride was off. So it just started, and then all of a sudden this thing is sucking your soul out of you. And I was like, yes, mental illness.
Spirit Airlines.
Yes.
Today.
Yes, which I took them to and from Florida, and I had no issues. In fact,
I was gonna say, Discount Airlines, like, gotta give them credit. They
yeah, honestly. Yeah,
All
honestly,
these
and I will
companies
say,
trying to buy
Shout
Spirit
out
right now
Ryanair.
too. Right.
yeah, and I want to say, like, the Boston at Logan Airport, the Spirit Airlines like terminal, they had a charging port at like every seat. I was like,
Good for them.
JetBlue and Southwest, like, when are you
Step
going
up.
to? Right?
True.
Maybe
Come to
that's
the
why
mo-
they're trying to buy. I heard they're trying to buy Spirit.
JetBlue and Frontier are trying to buy Spirit. They're in
Oh, well.
a kind of a bidding war.
I
or
really don't
something.
think it's that bad.
But-
All you have to do is fly the plane.
It's not.
so it's fine.
Right. I mean, but I've heard if it's bad, it's really bad. I will say that.
I've only had rough experiences with Spirit,
I've also never flown Spirit. I'm only talking about Ryanair.
but Ryan
Ryan DeVilliers from episodes 4.
No, we're not talking about him, but he does fly Spirit.
Oh, yeah, no, I thought that's what we were talking about. 'cause
We're
he
talking
does.
about Ryanair, which is a European budget airline.
Oh, hey, that's my bad. Well, Ryan DeVilliers, just to bring him up, was on episode 4 as a guest, and then he co-hosted episode 31 with my friends Claire and Bridget, talking about restaurants, which, Megan, if you're listening, I hope you've heard that one by now, because it's a great episode. Anyways, who else wants to go?
Oh, do you want to
Disney
go?
World. Personally,
Sounds like you want to go.
I like Disney World. I think I would. It's a type of vacation trip where I think you go once in a while. I know people who go every year. I don't know if I would go every year. I do, however, have to say that I like keep up with the updates in the park because I'm just like a nerd like that, and I follow YouTube accounts that give updates on what's going on because I just think that's cool and world building and stuff. But I think once in a while it's cool to go, and it's very nice, and every time I go, it's just a great time. They do a very good job about immersing you into, like I said, the world building. I've never been stuck on a Disney World ride, but I've been stuck. If anyone's familiar with the Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas, they have some really massive water slides. Some that are you go on your body and you kind of cross your arms over your chest and you go straight down. Others, you're on a tube. And so when I was younger, I went on one of the slides with the tube, and this water slide isn't just one that goes down. It goes down and then back up and then down again. And so my sister was ahead of me, and then I got the green light, and then I went. But there's a part of the water slide that was dark, and then you come outside, and then you go down, and then a water jet shoots you back up into over the hill. And my sister wasn't heavy enough for the jet to shoot her up, so she was in her tube, got shot up, and then came right back down.
Did you hit her?
No. So the entire water slide shut off. So there was no water anywhere on the slide. So I was stuck in my tube in the dark tunnel part. She was stuck in the valley where the water jet is that shoots you up. And so then I'm like, I yell ahead. I go, Ashley? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, did you stop too? And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay, just stay still. And so like I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do, but older brother mode kind of kicked in. And so then I heard someone from behind me where I just at the start of the water slide been like, everyone stay still. And I was like, great. So then I'm staying still in my tube. And then all of a sudden a lifeguard without a tube just slams against the wall and then slams into me sliding down because they were escorting us out, but they slipped. In the tunnel, and they hit the wall and then hit me, and I was like, oh, and he's like, okay, and he goes, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And it's like, all right, get up. And I'm like, okay. So then we're walking a water slide, which is super slippery, and there's like dips and valleys and stuff, and so the lifeguard's like, all right, I can see my sister, she's in the light part in this valley. Right when you come out of the dark tunnels, like, all right, we're gonna slide down to your sister, and I'm like, great, you just slid into me, so now I'm gonna slide into my sister. So I like slid down in my body, and we like hit my sister's tube, and she goes up a little bit, and then comes back down, and then we were evacuated from the water slide on the side.
That sounds terrifying.
But it was an experience. We were also gone for way longer than we should have, and we were like, I don't know, I feel like I was 8 years old or something, and then therefore my sister was like 4. Or so. We were definitely older than that, but my parents were like, where did they go?
Yeah.
Then we told them the story.
Horrible.
But it didn't sound like you were evacuated from your experience.
No, we just the ride started. Speaking of new rides, though, I did get to go on the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster.
Oh,
you know.
That's so cool. I'm so jealous.
It was very fun, and I'm not a roller coaster person.
So fun.
Yeah, I'm not a roller coaster. if it goes upside down, it's not for me. But this one did, and it was just in the dark. So good. It was really awesome.
That's awesome. I want to go on that. It looks so much fun.
Did you?
Great. I don't think you've had a chance to
I
answer.
did not. So, okay, I like Disney World. I often only go to Disney. Okay, so as a child, my dad, and when I was a kid, my dad used to have business trips to Disney World. Like, I say often, I mean like twice during our childhood. So me and my siblings, well, the whole family would go, make a whole trip out of it. And so we went several times when I was little. We went once for vacation in like the first grade during spring break. And then after that, the only times I've ever been is because I have dance competitions sometimes in Orlando. And it would be like a 1 or 2 day thing. Like at the end, we would all like go to Disney World together. And so the last time I was in Disney World was in 2018. And if you want a small preview of hell, go to Disney World on July 4th.
On when?
July 4th.
July 4th.
Stand in the Magic Kingdom in front of Cinderella's castle on July 4th. With millions of your best friends. Probably not millions, like thousands. I don't know what the capacity is, but a lot. So do that. Wow, it was terrible. Like, don't do it. I say do that, but like, it was fun, but it was just like a lot. Anyways, I digress. That was a lot, but it was fun. So I was like 17 years old, so I was like kind of old, but I was with only my mom because everyone else was like kind of leaving, and she was like, well, I want to go to Magic Kingdom. And my mom does not like rides. I do not like rides. And so we were in Disney World together, just like walking around. I mean, Magic Kingdom is Magic Kingdom. Like, there's a lot of stuff to do, and it was still fun. And like, no matter how old you are, I'm a firm believer that like Disney can be fun. And I've never liked rides because I get nauseous when I like turn my head, so I like don't do rides. Like roller coasters, anything that is not for me. So I enjoy the small rides. So like the Winnie the Pooh ride, the Peter Pan ride. Like, those are honestly my favorite. The Little Mermaid ride, that was new-ish at the time, I think. I don't even know. Revamped.
Fantasy.
It was fun, yeah. Like, when I was a child, I couldn't even ride the Dumbo ride, because I would, like, throw up. I have motion sickness. I have, like, some issues. And so...
Don't we all? Welcome to the club.
I couldn't ride those rides. So we loved all the small rides. And one of our favorites, my mom's like all-time favorite Disney ride is It's a Small World.
Oh, that's a fun one.
I love It's a Small World. Have you ever been stuck on It's a Small World?
Oh, yikes. Do they continue singing?
Yes.
Oh, I hate that. The world gets smaller.
It was so funny. It is a small world indeed. So we were riding, and so granted, the ride had been on and off closed all day. My mom and I were like running back and forth trying to find out, because we used like Disney's app or whatever, like Disney Adults, and we were on
Disney
the
Adults,
app, like with the wait times and where the nearest bathroom and the food is and everything, you know. And so we are not Disney Adults, granted. But we were trying to find it. It was like closed on and off all day. We were like, we just want to ride It's a Small World. Like, who knows when the next time is that we're going to be back in Disney World. And so finally it opened back up, and it was like by chance we just so happened to be walking by, and the workers were like, okay, it's opening. So like they opened the gates and everything, and then we like ran in. And so we were with all these people.
Keep going.
Okay, we were with all these people. And we were in line for like 20 minutes probably, and then we got on the ride. It was all great and dandy. It's probably like a 12-minute ride. After like 5 minutes, it's all just a bunch of like small like people singing to you in different cultures, which is really fun. And it's just the same song over and over again. Like, I'm sure everyone, well, maybe not, but I'm sure most people are familiar with It's a Small World. Like, if not, YouTube it.
Or Justin just sing it for you.
It's really, but like the atmosphere is something. You're in a little boat, and you're like riding along this little river, man-made Disney river, and all of a sudden it goes like pitch black, and the boat like comes to a halt, like the brakes when you're really
violent,
a violent
stop.
And it's like this little boat with 8 of your new best friends, and my mom and I are sitting in the very back, and the people in front of us we were sitting there for like 4 minutes in the dark, and no one was talking. Like, we were like, what's going on? We thought it was just gonna restart, whatever. It did not, and there was an announcement, and it was like, please stay in your boats. Please do not get out of your boats. And we're like, okay.
Please
but like,
do not
meanwhile,
touch the people.
Yeah, and like
do not touch the animatronics.
And then meanwhile, like the announcement would come.
Nick is mimicking the arm movements of the animatronics.
That's what they do. It's literally just like their arms and they're like
it's
Okay.
Up and
The
down,
announcement
up and
would come
down.
on, the music would stop, and then as soon as the announcement was over, the music would keep going.
Oh.
And I probably have a video of it. I know I have pictures. So after like 6 minutes of sitting in the dark, we just hear like the splashing in the water, and it's these Disney workers. They had like
Waders on?
waiters.
How deep is the water?
I don't know.
It's like 3 feet.
Like,
it's not even
yeah.
that
I was,
big.
like up to their knees, if that. And so they came and they were like pushing our boats along, and they opened all these, and it's like pitch black except for like some small lights happening.
Oh my God.
It's a small world music. I could not stop laughing. It was the funniest thing. There were like babies crying, and so
Oh my God.
It's a
they
broken
opened-
world.
It's a...
They finally
metaphor.
opened the emergency. Yeah, maybe it was a metaphor. That was like Walt himself trying to teach us something. They opened opened the emergency exit doors, and then they were like, okay, they started unloading people from their boats, and they were like basically holding our hands, like having us step onto, it's like the boat, and then like the sidewalk. So they're having us, or not the sidewalk, but like the platform, and they just had us step onto the platform, and the whole process took like 25 minutes, and then they took us like around the back of Disney, and it was like a secret. You know how like you don't see the trash, like, you see trash cans, but it's like they're never overflowing, like it's a Disney weird secrets, like they
Tunnels.
put something in the air, yeah. And so they took us
Something
out
in
the
the
emergency
air.
exits, and so we were like standing back there, and we like had us all lined up. They didn't really tell us where it wasn't like weird, it was a little weird, but they didn't really tell us where we were going. And so we were standing behind all these fences and these gates, and it was like you could see the pretty Disney on the outside, and we were like locked inside, like the behind the scenes Disney. And
You
so
see Mickey without his head on.
yeah. And so we all thought it was like so funny, and like the two adult friends we made in front of us, they were like a young couple, and my mom and I were like, this is so funny, like this is great. And like we weren't kids, like we knew what was happening. And so they didn't let everyone go. They wouldn't open the gate to get out to the park before like everyone was all lined up from the entire ride. They had to like evacuate everyone first. And then my mom started taking pictures, like people were taking pictures, and then we got yelled at.
Oh.
We were like,
Yeah,
"You can't
I
take
was gonna
pictures."
say. I bet you they were like,
They're like, put your
absolutely.
phones away. Like, put your phones away. You may not take pictures. And I do have like 1.5 pictures from that day, and it's me sitting next to like an emergency exit.
Watch the Disney SWAT team
I
storm
know.
through the window right now. At this,
We got a 2319.
You got a 2319. Boom.
They just
She's got
removed
pictures.
No, it was so funny. And then they give us like a free voucher to like fast pass for It's a Small World. We did not go on again. I think that was the last ride of the day. But it was so fun. I highly recommend that. So that's my story of how I got stuck on It's a Small World.
I love that we've all gotten stuck on rides.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love, this kind of relates to my passions because that's like one of my go-to stories, and we were talking about it earlier, and I was like, this has to be one of the stories that I tell because I love those little moments. Those are so funny. I have like little memories from like that whole trip was fun, but like that's my most memorable experience from that trip.
Understandably. Okay, I think because of time, we can maybe do one more.
One more. Oh, I have to pick wisely.
Pick your favorite.
Oh. Oh. I have a note on here that just says United Airlines. Well, we've kind of already touched on airlines. Okay, I like this one. This one is fun. I think it tells a lot about people. Okay. Do you have a favorite color / does your life have a color scheme / have you been through different color phases in your life?
Whoa.
Nick, this is a perfect question for you, I feel like.
Yeah.
It really is. Yes.
Do you need time to think? Because I have a probably less...
You go first, but I have
I feel like
answers.
I don't have as good of an answer as you, but do I have a favorite color? Yes, orange. Does my life have a color scheme? Well, I feel like I have a lot of like blues and grays in my clothes. But I don't know if that necessarily defines my life or like touch on my life. I feel like blue and gray aren't the colors I would use to describe my life. I don't know. Mairead does this thing. Mairead does this thing where she will look at a person and be like, purple. Like she'll just like look at people. You're like you're a purple, and it's like why? It's like you're just a purple. So like I don't know. Blue. I know. Even our microphone it says blue on it. What was the third part of that question?
Have you been through different like?
Have I been through
color
different color phases?
Like you know what I mean?
I feel like I have, but I don't know if I could
sense.
describe the pattern of mine. But go ahead, Nick. What do you think?
Well, first, Mairead, what colors are we?
Okay. Well, you are orange, Justin. I feel like you're like a bright orange.
Cheeto
like,
in the White House. No,
No,
you are not him.
You're like a pure orange. You're like Tootsie Pop.
You're like Tootsie Roll. I see it.
You're like
the
Tootsie Roll,
candy
Tootsie
Roll.
Orange. Yeah.
Yeah.
The orange one or like the brown Tootsie Roll, like the
No,
orange?
the orange, the chewy.
The chewy.
This is
one.
not my answer. I'm so sorry.
No.
Hold on, I need to look something up before I answer next.
Okay, so I guess I'm an orange. I'm an orange. Like the colored Tootsie Roll ones, like the green and the yellow and the blue and the orange ones, right?
Ooh.
Yes, except he's only one of the 4 that you just listed.
Yes, but I'm only the orange Tootsie Roll. All right, I'll take it.
Nick is like plum.
Okay.
Either electric lime or plum. I'm gonna go plum. You're plum.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it, honestly.
Yeah.
My favorite color is purple, and I think it describes me pretty well because it's like blue is super basic, but like purple's like also like a cousin of blue, so it's like basic, but it has like a little bit that's not basic.
Yeah.
But I have so many answers to your question.
Okay.
Can you like what was the first one? Do you
have a favorite color? You answered that.
Purple.
Does your life have a color scheme? Have you gone through color phases? What color?
I don't think my life has a color scheme. Obviously, there's been a lot of blue in my life just because it's like what was assigned, like I don't know, like it's like blue. Yeah, gender roles. It's like because I'm a boy, like you get blue. But like, and I do wear a lot of blue, and that's just honestly my own fault that I just like.
It's very interesting how colors became gendered. I think.
Yes, it is. Yeah. That's a whole different. I would love to do
a whole episode. Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that's necessarily the color scheme of my life. I definitely go through different, like I literally construct them for myself. So like on my Instagram account, my senior year, all of my pictures were black and white except for on the first of every month I did a photo shoot with @SamKennedy. That's not her. I think she's @SammyGrace_333. I don't know, but Sam Kennedy. We did a picture of me in the color that I associate with each month. So I've always loved color schemes and like themes. So like, for example, I'll just list them out. September is red, October is orange, November brown, December is red and green, January is light blue, February pink, green for March, purple for April, teal for May, June is yellow and orange, July red, white, and blue, and then August is like a dark forest green. So each picture at the beginning of each month was that color.
I have this memory of you, one of those pictures, are you holding an apple?
I am, and that was September.
That's like in my mind. That's like
it was red,
burned into my mind. I don't know.
Yeah, and that was
like stalked your Instagram or like
each picture says something about me, and that one was dealing with themes of perfectionism and realizing how it's just not a thing. So the whole thing with Apple, it was like the start of school, grades and everything, but there's a knife through the apple. So that was what that was. But yes, I do love that. Now my Instagram theme is like a gradient of rainbow pastel kaleidoscope, but it also has like dirt colors in there too, just to like symbolize like, I don't know, like nothing's again, it's like a nothing's perfect. So it's like a dirty rainbow almost. But we also here at Point of View each year we modify our color scheme. a little bit. So
we do.
Yeah. So
have we said this explicitly since
we
the new
haven't?
Year? Yeah.
No, we haven't. But I mean, if people haven't been looking at it, like it's on the, if you listen to the episode, you'll see the colors. So the first year it was just a peach, and now it's a gradient of peach to yellow. So I wonder what 2023 will bring.
Yes.
I have ideas, but it's too early to even start thinking about that.
Do you? I know you mentioned you normally do have color scheme. What would you say your color scheme is at this point?
That rainbow gradient.
The rainbow gradient.
Yeah, because I'm still, that's my theme on Instagram, and it starts, this is like way too much to answer this question, but it's like a circle, so it starts with an A, like there's an alpha, the Greek alpha. It's like a journey, honestly, for me. It's like a, so it literally, there was an alpha over one of my posts, and I did all the lowercase letters, and then I'm working my way through the uppercase letters, so when you scroll through, when it's complete, it's uppercase to lowercase, and it's kind of like a circle. It's going to end back at, it starts at pink, and it's going to end at pink.
That's awesome. What a great question. What would yours be?
I'm on your Instagram now. I like it a lot, Nick.
Thanks.
At Nick Gervasi 98.
Yes.
Pink is my favorite color, and it's interesting because I feel like throughout my life, pink has always been my favorite color, but I very much embraced it. In the last few, like, everything I have is pink. Like, I guess no one will be able to see this, but
her phone case, her water bottle,
my folders, like my bed, literally everything. I feel like, I don't know, when I was a kid, it's interesting because I don't know if this is like, it's like you're talking about the gender stereotypes with boys are blue and girls are pink. I don't know, like my room was pink, but like my room isn't pink anymore. The color is champagne. But, like, everything is, like, pink, gold, and white is, like, my scheme. It's, like, my at-home bedroom scheme and my school bedroom scheme. And I love that because I feel like it's a little more sophisticated than, like, a hot pink. But I do love a hot pink. Because hot pink is, like, my phone case. And that's, like, fun and, like, bright. And I love that. But I also like a nice subdued pink. So I feel like, yeah, throughout my life, like, I stopped hot pink in, like, high school. But now it's, like, back. Or, like, this, like, everything. Like, my nails right now are, like, a light pink, and I like that color a lot. It's gentle, and it's, like, I can make stuff. I don't know. It's kind of, like... I feel like colors reflect moods.
They do.
And so, like, right now, I feel like it's, like, a fun mood. I'm, like, in a hot pink mood. But sometimes I'm in, a baby pink mood.
Yeah. I can see that. I agree,
so,
Nick.
Yeah.
I can see her as a hot pink.
I feel like that's my answer. It's kind of a basic answer, like it's not that deep, but I don't know. I don't think it is
because I think you're touching on you can be one color but different shades of it in different times of parts of life.
You grow as you go.
Exactly.
I love that. That's like we speak our truth to learn the truth.
Exactly.
And with that, my name's Justin Dew. No, I'm just reading the script. We've made that joke so many times. Mairead, you can do it if you want.
Okay.
Mairead is our guest host / guest on the podcast today. So would you like to
Nick
do
and
the
Justin
honors?
will be gone next week. It will just be.
Would you like to do the outro? First off, thank you, Mairead, for being a guest today. This was so much fun.
I was so excited. I'm so excited to listen to this.
I hope you enjoyed this episode.
My name is Mairead James.
I'm Nick Gervasi.
And I'm Justin Dew.
You can reach us at our email, pointofdewpodcast@gmail.com, or by sending us a voice message on our website, anchor.fm/pointofdew. I highly recommend doing that because I did that and it was really fun. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Point of Dew Podcast and Twitter at Point of Dew. If you enjoy our show, give us a rating or review in the Apple Podcast Store or share us with a friend or family member. We'd really appreciate it, and we are truly grateful for your support. As always, we hope you have a great week. Thank you for listening, and until next time. H.
Will not be the same. He saw the with red. Say that we could be failed. Once we asking. This time the colors will not be the same.